How the fuck are you guys doing today? So today is another episode of YouTube Dumbasses, okay? Today we are going to answer some questions that I've got privately and I've got some private questions that I want to answer. And here is the question that I've been getting. Why is there a big disdain in the YouTube tool community? Okay. And that's because we have a lot of LARPers out here in the tool community. And what LARPers are live action role players. Okay. You can call them liars, cheats, deceiving people, falsifying who they are as a person or what they do for a living. There's a lot of guys out there. Now, with the tool community growing, we're getting a lot of new guys that don't know the complete backstory of what some of this shit is. Also, we have a lot of clout chasers. Okay, and clout chasing means is they have to clout chase. Look it up, you'll understand. I don't know the full definition. I just know we got a lot of clout chasers out here. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna name some people. And yes, I have big enough balls to name these idiots because I really don't care. So the first one we're gonna start off with is, you all know him, the YouTube Sheriff Jay Young. Okay. This guy is a manipulator, a backstabber. He will go behind your back and say some shit that doesn't really matter. He's also a drug addict. He also has, I would say, some mental issues. Like, if we want to get into the facts, like you should ask Jay Young why his 15-year-old son doesn't come around him anymore. The main question is probably because he pulled a loaded weapon on him and told him, I made you, I can take you out of this. Okay? Facts. Kid's probably not going to hang out with his own dad. Plus, he runs around with a little plastic badge calling himself the YouTube Sheriff and the Godfather of the tool community. Before you were making dummy-o videos, there was a lot of guys before you, and there's going to be a lot of guys after you. You're not important. You're not significant. Okay? Now let's move on to his butt buddy, Kuhn. Okay? So Kuhn Trucking, for you guys to know, is not a real company. Okay? He did not own a trucking business. He may have owned like a hot shot type trucking business, but it wasn't like a full-blown trucking business. Okay? He is a pencil pusher, and he got a lot of people fired from their jobs. Also, Clay was a police officer before he became a pencil pusher. That's why, he's probably really good at paperwork and things like that. But he lost his job as a police officer because, him and his buddies gave an African-American a little stick time in the jail after you already been arrested. Not really the guy you probably want to take advice from. Probably not an honest person, got shit canned from the local police department. All right, now get back into the trucking business. Now, why does it bother me so much? Well, let's talk about it. I've never talked about this type of stuff before. Before I found out what Clay was, I thought he was an okay guy. But he tried to get me involved in a business deal that was not really a good business deal for me or anything. He tried to say that I should expand my trucking business into hauling freight for him and sign on as, like an owner-operator, and he could get me some freight. And, I said, no, I'm not interested in that. He kept pushing. That's what made me dig a little bit more deeper into who he was, because he kept saying, I had to sign on to his lease agreement. Well, that lease agreement would have been null and void because his DOT number was not active or violated or anything like that. So that means that, I would have been in serious fines. Now they probably would have said, oh, we got a mistake. You got to be with Transport One. Also, Clay Kuhn got fired from Transport One. He also cost 5 other people his jobs because he was spending the owner's money like it was going out of style buying shit on YouTube. Okay? Now, Clay used to talk about this in his live streams and things like that, but when in doubt, delete the evidence. So you guys have no clue when me or other people make these references. You guys have really no clue what the backstory is because they deleted the evidence. Okay? So that's really the issue with Clay. I don't think he is a stand-up individual. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him. And I don't think you guys should really trust him. And I don't think, if we're going to talk about, you want to be corporate and you want to keep your channel so clean and you're teaming up with the other psychopath that I'm going to talk about next time, the next thing, the clout chasers, and you want to have a clean channel, I don't really agree with that because now people can't ask you questions because you'll just block them. But that's one of the persons that you're dealing with out there. Okay? Not an honest individual. Probably never will be an honest individual. Just things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not my opinions, it's facts. And the next person we're going to talk about is Timmy the Testicle Toucher. Okay? This guy is a clout chaser. Talks about all these subscribers you got. You got 500 views. Talks about that he wants to clean up YouTube and there should be no disagreements and all this stuff. I block people that don't agree with me 100%. That's called a sociopath. Okay? That guy's been thrown off Facebook for stalking. Okay? And then he's doing the same thing over here on YouTube. That's really all I got to say about that guy. But I think it's funny that all the criminals run to him to help him fix it. What do they say? All thieves stick together. What is that? Like thick as thieves, whatever that theory is. That's another problem. Now, let's talk about Justin Dow. Now, Justin Dow, okay, sometimes Dow's got a bigger heart than he does brain, all right? He tried to do some good, but his raffles and his YouTube, using his YouTube viewers as his personal ATM machine, would be a problem, okay? PayPal link in the description. Dow would go on live streams talking about that he had no money. People would donate money. He would sell off all of his tools or whatever. Sometimes he would ship them out. Sometimes he would promise them to 2 different people. That really never worked out. Also, another guy that's been fired from very many jobs. He has a hard time holding one. All right, but this is the guy that he's a great fucking dude because he gets drunks on live streams and wants to have a good time. But what you guys don't know is his previous channel. We're on variation number 5. Again, when in doubt, delete the evidence. Leave them no evidence to prove what kind of jackass you are or dumbass. But I think a lot of people on YouTube bought Dow a septic tank. Because we needed, he needed that, but never got the septic tank fixed. Let's see. Did a whole bunch of other stuff like that. I mean, it's just constant. And then knew what he was doing. I'm going to reference, I'm going to find the video of the live stream he did with MD Lee when he talked about all this stuff and admitted his guilt. That's still up if you'd like to check it. I'm going to put a card up here in the corner for you, so maybe if you don't believe me, you can go watch for yourselves. But when people say there's a big rift in the tool community, I don't think there really is. I think there is some good people, and I think that there's some people that are out there trying to lie and cheat and steal and, do some trickery to make themselves feel good about themselves or whatever they really want to do. Make money on YouTube, make, things like that. That's why I have a hard time doing giveaways and stuff like that. Like I said, I feel it just brings out the leeches, and we already have enough leeches in this community, and people say that, you should, that we are entertaining them and that they should pay us for our time. No. If somebody feels like they need to donate a super chat, that's fine. With this new system, I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the super chat because I feel like, maybe we need to do that. I know Eric O turned over his super chat. I respect Eric O very well. I think a lot of people should turn off their super chats. We're out here. We're just talking about tools. We're talking about regular life. And then, some people want to take advantage of that situation. So the reason that I don't want to associate with those people is because I'm running a truly honest business here. I want to be open and honest. I've been open and honest throughout my whole channel. I can tell you one thing, I'm not a liar. All these things I've talked about are very true. This video, I wanted to put this out there because I've been getting a lot of questions. What is the big deal? What is the big deal is we got a lot of people talking about shit that they know nothing fucking about. And it needs to stop. If you are not a mechanic, don't talk about mechanics tools, please, because you know nothing fucking about it. That'd be like me writing a book, The Third Trimester Ladies and What to Expect. I know nothing about being pregnant, nothing. So I don't talk about that shit. There's a lot of things that, I know a little bit about, but I don't want to get involved because I don't know 100% what the actual issue is, But I guess this is just my stance. Like I said, I don't want to be involved with people that are liars and cheaters and thieves. I want no part of that. I'm running a legitimate company. This is my brand, Justin Sturgill Trucking. This is who I am. This is who I have to represent. Okay? I have 17 drivers that I have to, that I support every day. And that is the number one important thing to me, is to make sure all my employees are filled. So I do not want to get none of them fired or in a position to lose their jobs. So, like other people on YouTube, they'll sell themselves out quicker than shit. Not this guy. I'm going to continue to do it my way. I'm going to be open and honest. And I hope some of these other goons come out and be open and honest in the future and talk about their past, because their past gives us an idea of where they're going in the future. And if they do a bunch of criminal shit, what makes you think they ain't going to do it again? It's like a drug addict. Once they start doing drugs, can't stop doing drugs. But again, that's my opinion. I'm sure I'm blocked on all their channels. I don't really watch them anyway. Don't care. So block me some more. Try to get this video taken down. Whatever you want to do. But I'm sure that's what they're going to do, because they don't want the evidence out there proven to be how big of a dumbass they are. And, it is what it is. But like always, thanks for watching. And I gotta fucking go. I hope you understand.